Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figure I'll do something a little bit different today. And I told people my Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns to for utilities. That being The Man with No Name. I do remember once reviewing the Dirty Harry movies, and so in the box set what I got of the Dirty Harry films. But I am into westerns. I'm into them. To be open and honest, I'm not really a John Wayne man. Nothing against John Wayne, nothing against him. Don't hate John Wayne, I respect John Wayne, but I always was more of a Clint Eastwood man. I do watching a lot of the westerns with Clint Eastwood, and I always remember the Spaghetti westerns, what he did. It was a new look for the westerns, and normally invite choose to be my cowboy films, but yeah, I do like cowboy films. So without ado, talk a little bit about them, but I won't talk fully about them. I just talk a bit about the westerns and the cowboys of Clint Eastwood. Why not? Why not? So without ado, talk about the first one that started his career, that being A Fistful of Dyers. That's right, Fistful of Dyers. I always like the way he looked there with the gun, the Fendeno, the famous Mac, what he wore, the race tote. And this is actually the uncut one, as you can see. In its widescreen format, full on language. Got a lot of good features on this, a lot of good features. Let me have a dandruff. So you've got that, you've got behind the scenes and everything. And I've got to admit, I kind of like this. I kind of like it because this was Spaghetti westerns at that time. They were done on the cheap. There was Italian, and as you know, there was not in our language. And at the time, Clint Eastwood, as we all know, was doing if I remember rightly, the Wagon Train. And sadly to say, it come off air because it was the worstest fucking network ever. It's one day I'm going to insult. That being the ABC channel, the worstest American channel ever for taking things off air. And Clint Eastwood didn't know what to do in his acting career. And he figured these were done on the cheap, easy money. He didn't know that the Spaghetti Westerns were going to be popular worldwide. And it made him an old name. And the rest is history, that being Fistful of Dyers. I quite like this one. It's a bit of a slow burn, but I do like the music in it, Do, 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 do. I like the music. I like the way he looks, you know what I mean? He has a style about him. And you know what I mean? I love the bit where he shoots the badges. He says, I don't like it when you make fun of me and shoot at me. I don't like it when you shoot at my arse. It gets my arse upset. Now, if you apologise, like I know you're going to, maybe I can fade my arse. I don't like that. And when you look at it, you kind of see that feel when he did the Dirty Harry films. This is the Clint Eastwood. This is the Clint Eastwood I miss when he was in his dirty 30s. He was long, he had a sort of look about him. And this is a good one. And then we get on to, if we can find it, Fistful of Dyers More, which is sort of like the foil up again, uncut. This is one I think might have been Fan Chief, which, fun enough, one thereafter would be the bad guy in the other being in Fan Chief. I don't like them in this. They're sort of dud pair. They're both actually know are like bounty hunters, like in the original one is a bounty hunter. And again, it's really good in this. I just love the opening. I love the music in it. It has that sort of dirty, trainy sort of look. It's not like most of the cowboy films in the 60s and 50s, where, they made them look beautiful and pretty and everything. In this, it's down, it's dirty, don't know, it's hard to explain, but with Spaghetti Westerns, it has that sort of dirt drain about them. And again, it's in its original widescreen format. You get a shitload of special features. I love the menu in it. It's a good one, that being A Fistful of Dyers More. I actually like this one a lot more than the first one. And I mean, I just love the music in it. I love, again, how Clint Eastwood love. I love the style, the race coat he's wearing. Fuck it. I love it. And then we get to this one. Even though this one is partly its own film, it's not like The Fistful of Dyers and The Fistful of Dyers More, or Four Fistful of Dyers More, I should say. Duh. This one should be the dud, the bad, the ugly. I say it again. The dud, the bad, the ugly. This is the one again with Race the Toe. And everyone knows this one. Everybody knows the music, everybody knows the music. Again, I love the look. I always forget how long this film was, and I'm being open and honest, it took them years to actually get this in its uncut version. I mean, on TV. It took them years because it was cut to shit when it was first on terrestrial TV, for people that never knew that. This is the uncut one. It does actually have, if I remember right there, a version on it in the special features where I think in Italy, in its own country, there was extra scenes of dialogue, but was never ever shown on our network. I'm happy to say now you can get a director's cut, which one day I'll get around the road with those scenes added back in. I do remember once seeing it, but the dubbing on Clint Eastwood is laughable, because we all know Clint Eastwood is still alive and kicking, unlike the other actors that was in the film. But the dubbing in one scene, you can never tell they dubbed his voice, and it sounds fuck all like Clint Eastwood. That's the only one issue in the director's cut. But never that, it's still a good film. I've forgotten how long this film is. I love the way Clint Eastwood looks in this. And I just, again, widescreen, it's finally in its uncut form. It was actually pretty fine in its uncut form. You know what I mean? For that era, the spaghetti westerns sometimes were pretty fine. And when we got them on TV, they were toned down, and some of the violence were cut in some of these classic spaghetti westerns. Have to say this again, can't repeat myself, it's in its tap. I love the transfer, I love the remastered version, and I just love the way all of them team up. We've got Lean Van Teeth and so on, we've got all the characters, and I just love the way it starts, the good, the bad, the ugly. I love this one so much, it's a classic. You got Levi Warner, Levi Teeth, you got Clint Eastwood, I love the big shootout at the end. I love the music in it, I love the way it looks, so I've got these, got a really good deal. Get them all to death, why not, have a fucking ball. So we got Fistful of Dyers, for a Fistful of Dyers more, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Classic films, classic westerns. I love the spaghetti westerns. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of history on the Fistful of Dyers. I do know originally it was going to be Giles Ponson who was going to take the role, but I'm kind of happy it was Clint Eastwood because it's in the making of him. He got very known for doing these classic spaghetti westerns, whether it be Fistful of Dyers, for a Fistful of Dyers more, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then after that, he did more of the cowboy films, whether it be And the Mai, and so on. And then, as you know, as it got into the 70s, Clint Eastwood, I think he kind of got a bit bored doing spaghetti westerns, and he wanted to do something new, and so he's more of his acting talent. So as it went on, as you already know, as he went on, we did the Dirty Harry films, very successful. They made out a lot of them, whether it be the Magnum Force, Enforcer, and so on. But I've already reviewed all them, you know what I mean? He also did well-known musicals, as we already know, called Paint Your Wagon. And, you know, the rest is history. You know, the rest is history, whether it be Pay For Me, Mister, which is totally different Damned Wolf, it's in Eastwood. He did films, sort of like action films, whether it be similar to like Dirty Harry, like The Daughter, which I remember reviewing, damn good film. And he did that a lot of other things, but we always remember him in the 60s. He's always doing a lot of other things. But in these damn good films, like the good, the bad, the ugly. And you know what I mean? At that era, I think Clint Eastwood, he was a good looking guy. He was long, he was fast, he gave a new look to the westerns, being the spaghetti westerns. In all fairness, it wasn't just him doing them. A lot of other actors did spaghetti westerns, whether it's been Van Teeth, whether it's other actors. And I mean, the dubbing weren't the best, but that's what it is at a time. I think it is at a time, and I love the way Clint Eastwood looks in this. Fuck it, where is it? Where the fuck is it? I love the way he looks in this. And I love the way he looks in this. So I want to see if we do reviews on them. But into then, be smart and be safe. And I'll see you later.